let's talk about getting high-paying repeat assignments as a freelance writer. I see this all the time in Facebook groups. People are all about those retainers. They want to get a retainer agreement, work with a client more than once, and it's an excellent way to build your business because you can plan your income. But where I see the disconnect is that a lot of people think that all they need to do is like lock in one of these clients and they're looking for this client but they just haven't found it, or this person isn't converting. At the end of the day, clients are self-interested individuals. They care about themselves and their businesses. So if you are pitching this as a benefit for you to get high-paying repeat assignments, the client doesn't see that connection with how this helps them and their business. They want to know why there's a reason for them to work with you on an ongoing basis. So the first thing you need to know is you need to have a service that they might require every single month. That could even be like general copywriting. Blogs do really well, social media management, because that has a recurring need for creation, right? That material has to be created, produced, and published every single month. So there's a reason for them to outsource that to you. Newsletter writing for an email list is another great example of a recurring copywriting service you can offer that is on repeat. Because if the client is interested in outsourcing it once, they probably will see the benefit of working with you if you do a really good job and deliver, and they don't then want to bring that back onto their plate. A lot of people who are outsourcing content on a regular basis are doing so not because they can't write it, although that can sometimes be part of the equation, but they're doing it because they don't have the time to create it. So when you position yourself as, hey, I already know your brand, we've already worked together once, this is something I can do regularly, that's something where the client begins to experience what it is like to work with you as a freelance writer, which greatly increases the chances of them even considering you working together on a repeat basis. So that is the easiest way to get your foot in the door, is to offer writing services that are needed on a regular basis. That can even be editors, right? Doing proofreading. If this is somebody who publishes content regularly, they have a need to have that content edited regularly. So it's a great way to position yourself as offering something of high value that they have an ongoing need for. Not every one-off project is going to turn into ongoing work, right? It can, but it also might not. But starting to position yourself as someone who provides services that are of an ongoing need helps to make that conversation that much easier. So the second thing to consider about getting high-paying repeat assignments is to give the client some reason or incentive to sign up. If you just say, hey, I have like a 3 or a 6 month retainer available, again, that's talking about you and not about the client. What is their motivation to take action on that and sign up today? It needs to be about more than something that appeals to you. Like, of course, you want the repeat income. You want to lock in a client so you can dial back some of your marketing a little bit, but that has nothing to do with the client, and leading with that can set you up for a big failure in converting this client. So think about ways that you can sweeten the pot. Is it that you have very little availability left for ongoing work? You only have one client opening for retainer work right now. Letting them know that is a great way to get them to move forward. That also applies urgency, and you can combine that with things like, depending on where you're at in the year. So if it's back to school season, you can talk about like, hey, have you already accomplished all of your financial goals for this year? If not, let's crush quarter 4 together. Or if another great time to be pitching retainer work to clients is at the beginning of the new year, because they might not have accomplished everything they wanted to in the previous year, and they're looking at budgets, and that new year resolution momentum can help you to convert them. Now, bear in mind, you can convert one-time clients to retainer clients at any time. You're not just limited to back to school or the beginning of the year, but those are great times to position yourself as someone who provides ongoing repeat work. The third thing you need to know about landing repeat work as a freelance writer is that you have to knock it out of the park with the projects you do for these clients. If you did a one-time project and turned it in late, a client's going to be very unlikely to work with you again. So give them a reason to want to stick with you and not to hire any other freelancer.